Imagine a machine that can drill under the earth for 4 kilometres. Now imagine it can drill 4 kilometres in several directions at once. Tamboran Resources, the corporation with the most advanced and aggressive plans to frack in the Northern Territory, just announced that this machinery is very real and it's on its way from the US right this minute. It'll be here in just 3 to 4 weeks, as early as the 18th of April. Fracking in any form poses devastating threats to water, cultural heritage, climate, and country. When fracking corporations talked to traditional owners over 10 years ago, they were told fracking would be no bigger than a billy can. But 4 kilometres is 11 Titanic ships. It's a whopping 25 football fields or 185 semi-trailer trucks. It's terrifying. The sheer scale of it means it needs 2 to 4 times as much of the already huge amounts of water, 120 million litres, or 1,200 times the average Sydney household uses in 1 year. Not only this, but they would need to use more toxic chemicals than any other project currently approved in Australia, which means more than double the devastation. So who are they? Tamboran is working with one of their major investors, US-based oil and gas provider Helmrich & Payne. H&P make and contract out these rigs across the US, and for context, this is what parts of the US look like right now. Every line is a horizontal frack from one rig. The entire ground is literally riddled with fracking. And if you need a scale, here is the Sydney Harbour Bridge measured up against just one frack. Here, I'll zoom in. Just like Tamboran, H&P have a murky and worrying history. Over the years, they've pled guilty to making false statements about offshore drilling activity and faced dozens of penalties. This includes 8 workers who were unfortunately killed on the job since 2010. What's more, the US market is dipping and they're eager to find somewhere else to make money off their destruction. Digging into some of Tamboran's annual reports, we know they plan to work with H&P to send up to 5 of these machines here in the months and years to come. Traditional owners from across the Beetaloo Basin have remained in staunch opposition of fracking on their country for over a decade. They've been calling for healthcare and clean water, not mega frackers. Every step of the way, a movement of everyday people across the continent united behind traditional owners and their communities. Together, we've forced the likes of Origin Energy out of the Beetaloo Basin and delayed countless other projects from rushing ahead. The use of this mega fracker could undo all of it and set a path for an unimaginable future. The impacts are almost too terrifying to even think about. There's still so much we don't know about this massive piece of machinery, but the information we do have tells us that it's terrifying and that we need to scale up a massive public campaign right away. We need to make sure everyone knows about the threat and what is at stake, and drive massive public outrage against this disastrous plan. We need to give decision makers in both the federal and Northern Territory governments the mandate they need to block this terrifying piece of machinery. Sign the petition in our link tree, share this video, and join traditional owners in their fight to protect the Northern Territory from mega frackers.